This is Mr. Green, Ranking Member of our Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the Ranking Member as well. Mr. Chairman, it has been my experience that there is a process that can extricate us from differences. We have policy that we differ on, and the process is the thing that can give us an opportunity to resolve these differences in policy positions. I recall very vividly the process that allowed us to make a policy decision with reference to life and death in the Shivo case. I recall coming back after having just landed in Houston, Texas, and on short notice, to take a vote. It was very late at night when we ultimately took that vote. But the process allowed us to resolve a question involving life and death. The process is the means by which we resolve questions of war and peace. We can have our differences about where we should station our military, what the military should be doing. But ultimately, when these differences are to be resolved, we have a process that allows us to do so. We vote, and we have voted in this Congress, not this particular Congress, but in the Congress of the United States of America, on questions of war and peace. The budget, we have our differences about whether or not we should cut or expand certain programs, whether sequestration is a proper process. And when we confronted the question of sequestration, we allowed the process itself to dictate a resolution to a policy question. That process was to vote. I'm calling on all of our leadership to allow the process to work, not just in the committee level, but let's take this to the floor of the Congress of the United States of America. And let's do what we were sent here to do, debate the great issues of our time. And let us, after having a robust debate, have a process function as intended. Let us vote. I may not like the results, but I will respect the process. I believe the American people are expecting us to take a vote as to whether or not the Ex-Im Bank will continue or whether it will become a part of the ash heap of history. Personally, I will vote to extend the Ex-Im Bank. It has done meaningful things. It has made a difference in the lives of the people that I represent. I and Mr. Hochberg had an opportunity to visit with a business in Houston, Texas. And there's an interesting thing about these businesses. Many of the small businesses that benefit don't benefit directly, they benefit indirectly from larger businesses that they associate themselves with. Many of them are off the radar in the sense that we can identify them immediately as beneficiaries. But because of their connectivity and their association with larger businesses, there's an emolument that inures to the benefit of the people that I represent. I want the process that has worked for this country, that has time-honored positive benefits. I want that process to continue. And I call on all of our leadership to please give the process a chance. The policy can be resolved if the process is allowed to function. And I will yield back the balance of my time.